Good afternoon, everyone. Johnny Guist here in my home office down in the basement. And where I live in Minnesota, it's going to be about 100 plus degrees today. And I'm sure the humidity is going to be beautifully high as well. So we get the best of the deep south of Florida and the heat of Arizona all mixed together today. Happy Father's Day, everyone. I'm with Middle Creek Vineyard Church here in Farmington, Minnesota, but I work wherever I'm told to go by the chief and where opportunity arises. So today I want to do a real brief thing with you. It's pretty raw. I think I indicated that in the notes. And sorry, I set my Bible down somewhere. No, I can't find it. There it is. But I want to talk about Father's Day real briefly because Father's Day is it's a holiday that comes around and people have mixed responses, mixed reactions to this day. So what kind of day is it for you? It's Father's Day. Do you find happiness on Father's Day? Many do. Many celebrate their own fathers. They celebrate being a father and the things they've been able to experience with their children and maybe accomplish with their children, or the things that their children have done, and they take pride in that. That's good. That's healthy. But many on Father's Day don't enjoy it. They find sadness on Father's Day, and sometimes that's normal too and healthy. If your father's passed away, maybe just even recently, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's a lame cliche, but it's hard. Grief is fresh, it's raw, and this is a reminder that person that you love and cherish is gone. But it can also be sad because maybe you didn't have a good experience with your father. Maybe your father wasn't there at all. Maybe they died before you were born, or maybe they were just not a very good person, very good father. Maybe they didn't know how to be. There's many reasons to be sad on Father's Day. There's many reasons to find happiness. Sometimes people are fathers and they blew it. They've blown it. And you might be in a season of that where, man, I screwed up as a father. But maybe you failed your children and you feel horrible about that. Or like I said, maybe you're separated from your children through no choice of your own, or maybe because you screwed up, because you had a problem. Wherever you find yourself today, I want to do something that I don't always do. I want to push you. I want to push on you, not to be mean or cruel or uncaring, but I think it's an important day to reflect on who you are today, who you are called to be, created to be. You can reflect on the past, but what are you meant to be? Why are you still breathing? And you need to know what that is and do the best job that you can. And if you're not doing that, today is the day to choose to be a good father, or to choose to forgive your father for not being a good father, or to choose to celebrate and continue being a good father. But to make a difference, I forgot to read something here. This is from 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 14. I'm going to start with that. And the Apostle Paul is writing this, and I'll just read it and then I'll explain a little bit. But I'm not writing these things. This is verse 14 out of the New Living Translation, 1 Corinthians chapter 4. I am not writing these things to shame you, but to warn you as my beloved children. For even though you had 10,000, even if you had 10,000 others to teach you about Christ, you have only one spiritual father. For I became your father in Christ when I preached the good news to you. So I urge you, imitate me. I urge you to imitate me. And the interesting thing about that is in another version, New International Version, it says, you don't have many fathers. And specifically, he's talking about a spiritual father and so on. But I think is probably a good commentary on the world we live in and the world our kids are growing up in today, or children. Maybe not our kids, but there are children growing up. They don't really have fathers. They're not in the home. They're separated. Maybe it's as good a situation as possible, or maybe somebody doesn't know how to be a good father. No one ever taught them, and they aren't. There's one reason or another they're not able to learn it. And I think it's important that if you're a father, that you're a good one, that you're the best father you can be, which is not perfect. You're going to screw up. You're going to drop the ball and so on. But you can learn what it means to be a father, a good father. And for me, a biblical father. And there are examples in the Bible, but there are examples every day. If you look around, of good fathers, there are examples of bad ones and things you don't want to do. So I want to push you through to either move forward to all that you've been created to be as a person. Now, this isn't just to men. I have friends who are, if you have a father, you've dealt with father issues. So I want to push you past everything that maybe has held you back in life because of father issues, either because your father failed you or your father's not here and you can't work things out with them. Maybe you failed your father. So anything that's all encompassing when it comes to fatherhood, I want to push you through false sentiments to deal with any sorrow, any anger you have, any grief that you haven't dealt with, any guilt as a father that you've had or have, into a place where you begin to and eventually heal. And maybe it takes you the rest of your days, but you're moving in the right direction forward, becoming who you were created to be. And more like our Father in heaven. And either the parent you want to be, maybe you're not a male, maybe you're not a father, but I have friends, single moms who have had to father their children or find men to father their kids, to help out and be like a father figure. And they've done an amazing job in all aspects of that. Or I need you to look really hard at yourself and own your stuff, own your mistakes. If you screwed up as a dad, own it. Own it. You probably need to ask your kids for forgiveness and your wife, the mother of their children. You may not be able to actually connect with them and say it because it's not the right thing to do, but you need to start with you and Jesus. But own your stuff and choose to be better so that you're a better person, a better father when you get the chance to be. And if you don't get that chance, then you have to deal with that too. I want to push you to, at the very least, face the right direction. Start moving toward that goal of being a person who's not carrying around the sorrow and the anger and the hurt from bad father experiences, either from your own father or toward your own children. Excuse me. But also to become the kind of father you want to be. The kind of father that you feel like I can be this is the best father I can be. Make that your target. Start facing that direction. We have enough ministries and self-help books that'll be mollycoddle you. And you do need to take care of yourself and you do need to have permission to screw up and all that. But I want to push you to say, be a good dad. Be a good father. Be the best one you can be. Maybe that's just an okay dad. Hey, an okay dad is awesome. If you can be an okay dad every day, you're batting 1,000. You're doing great. We don't have many fathers, and we need them. We need moms too, but it's Father's Day. We need fathers. We need good dads in our world, not just our circle of influence or of life, but all over the world. And I think we need good fathers to raise good men and good women. I think we need mothers to raise good men and good women. But a boy finds out what it means to be a good man from another man. It's best learned by seeing it. Yeah, there are other ways, but when you see a good man and you see the impact he has and or a bad man and the damage he causes, you learn a lot that way. So if you're a man, be a good dad. Whether you have kids or not, if you have an opportunity to be a father figure in someone's life, go for it and do the best you can and learn what that means. Don't just wing it, okay? Do your best so that when the opportunity comes, you do a good job. And keep an eye out for you to do what's right. Keep an eye out for what you've done right. When it comes to being a father, I have many, I have regrets, I have sorrows. I knew going into the ministry, leaving the path I was on, I figured the path I was on was leading to easily a 6-figure income and all the benefits that come with that. And then when I felt like I'm supposed to go into ministry, that's my calling, and I'm going to do that, and that's going to cost me money, but it'll be okay. Jesus will take care of me and my wife and my kids. But I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was going to be like when there are things you can't do when you don't have a 6-figure income that you can do with one. And they're good things and they can build memories and all that. But, and I'm like, dang, I kind of didn't get to give the kids some of this stuff that other men can. And that's, that can bother a guy. And, I've had to deal with that, but I've also had my kids come around and tell me things that help me deal with that and let me know that maybe I did hit the bullseye once in a while. And I have one right here. I just got it from my daughter in the Marines. I'm going to read it to you. And it's not to toot my horn, not at all. But I want you to know that if you choose to do the right thing and you try and you swing as hard as you can, you're going to hit it once in a while. You're going to hit the bullseye, not just out of the law of averages, but because doing the right thing tends to lead you into good things. So my daughter writes, okay, thanks for being the best pops out there. I mean that with every ounce of me. I remember when we were little and you would say, quote, if there was a line of girls all lined up throughout the world, throughout history, and you had to choose one to be your daughter, you would always choose me. Well, that's the same with you. I would always choose you to be my dad. Oops, I mean Papa. Thanks for all the life lessons, even when I didn't want them or think I didn't need them. Thank you for teaching me things and for always being real about it. Thank you for showing me the right path and for letting me learn what I needed to on my own. I sure miss you and miss hanging out with you, whether we're chilling in the garage or watching Supernatural in my room or going on a car ride in the truck. I miss you. Happy Father's Day, Pops. I love and miss you so much. You know what? I did something right. I didn't expect that. I didn't do it to get that, but I bet you have too. So watch for those things because you're going to have plenty of opportunity to feel bad as a father, and you're going to make plenty of mistakes and have plenty of people point them out to you. So celebrate those things and do the right thing. Don't wallow. You can choose. You can choose to do what's right. You can choose to learn how to be a good father. You can choose to learn how to accept that maybe you don't have the father that you wanted, or maybe even don't have the father that you need or didn't. Please choose to get help if that's your case. Let some people come alongside you, either of those cases, and help you learn to be a good father or learn to accept the father you have and get healed up from the damage they've done. And if you've failed as a father, let someone take your hand and lead you into a healthy relationship with your Father in heaven first, and then with your own children or with your own parent. You can choose joy. It's not an emotion as much as it is a mindset, and it's like a mixture of happiness and gratitude and determination. And receive from your Father in heaven, your Papa in heaven, great love and acceptance for who you are, and the push of a Father who believes in you to be this amazing person He created. And don't settle for anything less, and then give that love and that acceptance and that belief. Give it away. Give it away. Get what you need and choose to be your best for Jesus and the world that you live in. Do it one person at a time, one kid at a time, one father at a time. And that's all I got for you. And I hope that you can enjoy Father's Day. And if you can't, I hope you can move and begin facing the right direction and receive all that you need in terms of fatherhood. God bless y'all. Have a great Father's Day. Stay cool, Minnesotans. It's going to be hot. Love y'all. Bye.